Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today I want to discuss something with a lot of the Bears fans, which I've seen on Bears Twitter recently over the last couple weeks or so, and especially with more information of Caleb Williams coming out and what the Bears plan on doing or what NFL experts think the Bears are going to do. You know, some experts are leaning heavy towards the Bears drafting Caleb Williams. Some are leaning towards the fact that Eberflus stayed, was kept around, so it's probably going to be Fields. One thing I'm going to say is, if you're a fan of Ryan Poles and if you think he's done good, I'm not gonna discuss whether or not he actually has done good and whatnot. That's yet to be seen. I think this free agency is really going to show me exactly what is really going to set in stone what I think of the man in terms of him being a GM. But with drafting and Justin Fields and Caleb Williams and all this excitement and everything, the one thing I'm going to say is, if you think, okay, I want you to answer a couple questions for me. Do you think Ryan Poles is a good GM? That's number one. Okay? If your answer was yes, you're going to want question number two. Do you think he will make the right move? Yes or no? For the number one pick. Do you think he'll make the right move? Do you think he'll trade down and pick up somebody else? Build the rest of the team out. If your answer is yes, or if you think he's going to make the correct move is Justin Fields. It's not based on statistics or whether or not Caleb Williams is going to be a good quarterback and stuff like that. I have my own opinion on the number one overall pick, especially at quarterback over the recent years. Of course, you have Andrew Luck and Cam Newton, who both played well, but the teams weren't built around them, and then they got injured, and then they had to leave early. Cam Newton hasn't been good since 2018. Andrew Luck, I think, retired around then. I think it was 2019 or 2018. I think he retired. Sam Bradford, same deal. Ultra-talented quarterback. The Rams didn't have really a team built around him. He got injured. He got hurt. When he was playing, he struggled sometimes because the team wasn't quite there. Baker Mayfield, on his fourth team, finally finding a home. He doesn't quite have the talent. The Browns weren't kind of built around him. There's kind of a little bit of a trend. Now, of course, the Bears are a little bit different because they were not, this isn't their original pick, right? But I don't think the team's there. I don't think if you plug Caleb Williams in, I do not think he propels us to the playoffs automatically. And something of discussion is also like, look at Bryce Young this year. Everybody's shitting on this dude, complaining like, oh, the Panthers took the wrong quarterback. That's yet to be seen. C.J. Stroud is amazing. No doubt about it. But you know how many right things the Texans had to do? They went out and got the correct coach for him. They went out and got some pieces. They asked him, which receiver do you want? And then Nico Collins coming out of the woodworks. Somebody I liked and actually traded for in a lot of franchises and a lot of rebuilds because I liked him. Coming out of the woodworks, finally having a decent QB, all this and that. It's not only Bryce Young. It's not Bryce Young's fault that the Panthers were bad again this year. That team was not ready. Even when they traded up to go get him last year, even as a Bears fan, I was sitting there going, they don't have the team to help him succeed right now. You just traded off the number one option. You just traded for him. Your O-line is still bad. I did not understand them trading up to number one last year. I do not think Caleb Williams is the guy for this team currently. Just in this state, right? If you are truly set on building this team, if Ryan Poles is truly set on building this team and then getting the quarterback right, and then getting the head coach right, and then getting all these pieces correct, and in the building together, first off, you got to re-sign Jalen Johnson. If you don't, I'm going to be honest, with the Roquan trade, with the draft of Velus Jones, with the trade of Chase Claypool, if you trade Justin Fields away and if you don't re-sign Jalen Johnson, I'm going to have a hard time rooting for the Bears next year. Or at least actively rooting for the Bears. Being like, yeah, let's go, woo! I'm going to have a hard time. I really am. That's just the truth. If we trade Justin Fields, the QB that when he was drafted, I was in my room and I screamed like we had just won the fucking Super Bowl. If you trade him and if you let Jalen Johnson walk, it's going to be hard for me to root for you after you let Roquan leave as well. And trust me, I like TJ Edwards. I'm glad I ate my words on him, right? He proved me wrong. What a good fucking pickup that was. Tremaine Edmonds played well. went on the field for the most part. He struggled in pass coverage every now and then, but still, he was a good pickup. But there's still something in the back of my mind going, Roquan should be in Chicago. Roquan should have been the next great Bears linebacker, and instead, he's in a Ravens uniform, right? But this is something I will say. If you think Ryan Poles is a smart GM, if you think he's going to do the right thing, there is no way, with Eberflus probably going into his last guaranteed year of his coaching contract, not in terms of his actual contract, but the last year Ryan Poles is going to give him, if he does not start succeeding, there is no way he brings in a new quarterback, and especially with recent, how recent things have gone. Oh, hey, John Fox, here's Mitchell Trubisky. Go win games. Oh, no, you didn't win games in your last year that we think we're going to keep you around? Cool, we're firing you. Matt Nagy, come in. Try to fix Mitchell Trubisky now. Oh, that didn't work out? Okay, we'll give you Justin Fields for a year. Oh, it's not working out? Fired. Eberflus, fix Justin Fields. Oh, it's not working out. If Ryan Poles drafts Caleb Williams and goes, here you go, Eberflus, make it work, and it doesn't work out right away, and if they fire Eberflus, if I'm Kevin Warren or whoever would be in charge of getting rid of Poles, I'm firing him immediately. Immediately. I'm going, you just made the same mistake that the last GM made. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I think Justin Fields is staying. And some people even said, like, what if you draft Caleb Williams and you have a QB battle and, you could give Justin Fields majority of the year, and if things aren't going well, then you can put Caleb Williams in. No, do not fucking do that. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. If you fuck this up, this number 1 overall pick shouldn't be for a quarterback, okay? I think of it in one way. If we're bad enough to where Eberflus gets fired next year and we don't retain Caleb and we don't retain Justin Fields, we'll be bad enough to have a top 10 pick again and to easily go get our QB of the future. Just my opinion. Now, do I know which QB would be next year? No, of course not. I don't know which QB it would be. We still would have to see the next year of college and all this and that. But I think if you are Ryan Poles, you sit down and you say, if Justin Fields is bad this year, and if we do not win games, then both him and Eberflus are gone. The team hopefully has been built a little bit better, even though we were losing games. Maybe the team was built a little bit better. The offensive line was built a little bit better. The defense played well, hopefully. Hopefully we're bad enough to where we still have like a top 10 pick. We would probably have another team's pick as well. Would that team be particularly good? If it's Atlanta, probably. I would hope so if they have Caleb Williams. If it's, New England or the Commanders, I don't think they would be as good. Then you can go get your quarterback next year. I don't see in a world if you truly think that Ryan Poles is the GM of the future, and I'm not saying I don't like Ryan Poles. I'm not saying he's made some good moves. I'm just saying if he makes the moves that some people are predicting, I don't see how this isn't a fireable offense. I really don't. I just don't. I know. Some people can call me crazy. I truly in my heart of hearts think that he will keep Justin Fields. I think he'll keep Justin Fields. I think he'll give Eberflus one more year. I think he'll say, hey, Eberflus, this is your last year if you don't get shit together. If you can't go out there and win games, if you can't... I don't even think it's about Justin Fields' success and whether or not he develops as a QB this year in his 4th year. I think this is strictly about Eberflus. If Eberflus does not win games this year, he gets fired. I think if Fields does not produce, he is not retained going into next year. And we look at QB of next year's draft class. I don't know, though. Of course, this is all speculation. I'm giving Ryan Poles the benefit of the doubt, of course. I hope I'm proven right. I hope Jalen Johnson doesn't walk. I hope Justin Fields isn't traded. I hope we don't draft Caleb Williams. I hope we can go out and get Marvin Harrison. Hopefully there's an edge rusher in free agency that's worth picking up. There's a lot of stuff I wish that would happen. But over the next month and a half, 2.5 months basically, from now till the end of April, there's going to be a lot of talk. There is. And I can't wait for the draft. I really can't. I can't wait to see what happens in free agency. You know, we have money, we have the draft picks. Can we make them worthwhile? That's a different conversation, of course. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts going into the offseason? With the Super Bowl just right around the corner, I don't know when this video is exactly going to go up, when I feel like putting it out. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Poles is going to make the right move? Or are you guys kind of worried? Do you guys like Poles? Do you guys not? Do you guys think we should keep Fields? Do you guys think we should keep, do you think we should draft Caleb Williams? All this and that. The ultimate fucking bad move would be trading Justin Fields, drafting Drake May or Jaden McDaniels, and being like, here you go, Bears fans. Trading number 1 for number 3, and then taking Marvin Harrison and Jaden Daniels at fucking 10. That would be the ultimate fuck you Bears fans of all time, I feel like. But God, I didn't even want to put that out in the universe, because now I feel like it's going to happen just because I said it. But like I said, if you guys enjoy this content or the content here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys do stick around and subscribe. I have more content like this coming out shortly, whether it's Bears reaction content, stuff like that. I do like the pickup of Shane Waldron. I think he'll be good for Justin Fields for this year, and potentially even going forward if the Bears offense has a decent year. Not necessarily that Justin Fields has a decent year, but the Bears offense as a whole has a good year. I do have roster updates coming out shortly. Just waiting for stuff to actually happen, of course. I can't update the rosters if nothing's happening, right? 2K should be updated. I would assume this is going to come out right around the trade deadline for the NBA season. So hopefully I'll have all that stuff going. But then, of course, and then I'll have more information on the draft and free agency for Madden roster updates coming out shortly. I'll have one of those videos coming out. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with overalls so far this season for Madden draft, but I will probably decide within the next month or so of what I plan on doing. With that being said, guys, like I said, if you guys enjoy this content, please stick around and subscribe. We are grinding. We are getting there. Hopefully we can make a push to 3,000 subs by draft time and all that fun stuff. But I appreciate the support, and I'm out. Peace.